Hold on. Hello, hello. Welcome to OTC on this amazing and glorious Good Friday. Welcome all. I don't know if you're new here. If you're new here and you're in the chat and you're new here, let me know, because then I'll go a little bit of a different way and explain what we're doing. This is just for Renee. The ears didn't work, so no text. She helps me because we do question and answers at the end, and she alerts me to people because I miss it. Anyway, welcome. Very excited about this topic today. And let me just make a couple announcements, and I'm going to go into why I'm so excited about this topic today. Anyway, you're looking at this, joyandcountry.com. That's one of our fundraisers that we use to do the gatherings. If you don't know about the gatherings, go here. It'll explain it. We go all over the country. We're going to be posting soon about the Impact Center. And so we're using all of these things to really affect people across the country, not just in our area, and not just people online or just using it for us personally. We don't. Just so you understand that. So this is a gorgeous top, but here's the issue. This is the most gorgeous color of emerald and pine green. Problem is it looks black or a blue because I'm against a green screen. Duh. I just told Jenna, I said, no more green. Please go to the website and joyandcountry.com and look at this. It's super stretchy. When I tell you, ladies, it's got a pleat here. And so it comes in a little bit here and then it goes out. You look like wowzer. Like this is one of those tops. And it's gorgeous, stretchy, beautiful balloon sleeves. Anyway, if you go into joyandcountry.com and you go to Delora's Closet, that's where you'll find this. It's called Sweetest Song Balloon Sleeve Top, or you can go in the description and you can click it right there. Also, you guys know this, those of you that have followed me, this is our Psalm 91 with the angel's wing and the little Psalm 91 and the jewel. This, again, Jenna said there is like a couple of these left. We sell them out. They're going to be sold out by today. They come in silver and gold. She said there might be a little bit more gold than silver, but there's only a couple left. So if you really want it, you really need to get it, because we're not sure. We're never sure when we can get these things in. Okay. The link down there, go to the Joy and Country website, Delora's Closet, or get the links in the description. All right. Also, free US shipping. Always. On everything. So you don't pay shipping. When you see a price, it's all in there. Okay, so you don't pay anything more. And since this was Jenna's idea, and this is what she does for us, we call this Jennazon. Free shipping. I know, it's stupid, right? But we like to do that. And if it's your first time buying, put in the code WELCOME10 and you get 10% off. She said, I'm reading this, there's also a sale going on tomorrow night, until tomorrow night at midnight, as part of the Saturday steals, and get 10% off all graphic printed tees like God's Got This, the sweatshirts, hoodies. You can go to the website to get the discount code for that. She also added a lot of new and clearance items to the inventory. Okay, that's that. Now, tonight, there is no Fab 4. Got the weekend off here, folks. We all needed it. So we're taking an Easter weekend, spending time with our family. But next week, off the cuff, OTC, Monday, Wednesday, Friday at noon. Man, what I got coming at you next week. Yowza. Just so you know. Okay, so let's do this. And who's dinging me? Stop dinging me. Not you, Renee. It's not you, Renee. I have to get Dennis to stop dinging me. Okay. So many are asking me. I mean, they're on Telegram, or they're on True Social. They're all asking me to make a statement about the bridge. If you were on Telegram, or you've been on True Social, or a couple of my other social media sites, I made a comment immediately. And this is, I'm just going to open, just quickly, I'm going to make a statement so you guys don't keep emailing me. Right from the beginning, I knew it was not I hate the term white hat and black hat. I don't like it at all. And I'm not going to go into the reasons why, but I just don't like it. But I knew this wasn't a bad guy situation. Why? Well, it was in the middle of the night. They gave a Mayday for everybody to get off the bridge before it happened. So this is, if it was a bad guy thing, this is how my brain works. They would do it during the day, during rush hour. No? Wouldn't they do it that way? Okay, so now I'm figuring, what is this about? This is a good guy situation. Okay, it's a cargo ship. What did we remember last time about the cargo ship? With ever this color of the top? Green. Okay, what about that? That was about a cargo ship. Now, if you go on an app where the ships were, a ship app, you would see that stuck right at the bridge and other ships surrounding it. Why? Because there's something on there in the cargo that they knew. Okay, so here's what I believed. It was one of two things. It was either trafficking victims, but then I said, no, they could stop at any time they want. What it was they had, I believe it was 760 tons of hazardous material. They said it, generally speaking, what it was. Could it have made a bomb, perhaps? Maybe even an N bomb? I don't know. But if you remember, and a friend said this to me this morning, and I thought it was brilliant. The film, The Sum of All Fears, this was about the same city, and they were bringing in a bee to blow it up. Okay. And it's interesting that they do this a lot with films. It's the karmic retribution thing. So, to me, that's what I believe. You have to understand, everything that happens that on the surface looks bad is not necessarily bad. And that's the critical thinking I'm trying to get everybody to do. Okay. That's the kind of critical thinking. Okay. So let me go to the next thing. Couple other things I just got to hit because really important. One of them's it's kind of the same vein as today, but I've got to go through this because I got to hit lies in the head. All right. So everybody's on the fear bandwagon April 8th, clickbait city. Yeah, it's going to happen. I hate it. I despise it. This is why I started doing OTC on here, because I got to hit people that other people hit and strip away the crap. Okay. Forgive my English. Just strip it away. All right. So here it is. The Large Collider. Okay. Over in CERN, that place in Geneva. Everybody's saying, oh, it's going to start back up on April 8th, and that's the thing, and they're going to open portals, and I'm not saying they're not going in. I'm going to do it on that next week, and I'm going to give you stuff straight. But let me tell you how I check these things. I went to the Human Resources Department on that website, and I looked up all the official holidays in 2023. That baby never closed. Whether it's under the control of good or bad, I do not know. After I do my dive, I may make a decision. But it closed. Here's what it said. The laboratory will be closed from Saturday, December 23rd, 2023, until Sunday, January 7th, 2024. The first working day in the new year will be January 8th, Monday, 2024. So this is what I'm telling you. It's been going. That's not suddenly going to, that's going to happen again. Now, this is just a little clue here, okay? Please remember who said that. Literally, take a pen, write it down, date it, and do this for everybody. Do this for me. Write it down, do that, because let me tell you what the Holy Spirit said to me when right before I started doing this. Now, I know I was going to share this, but this is really important. He said, everybody is giving people fish. You need to teach them to fish. So I'm trying to teach people not only to learn and wake people up, but to be a critical thinker, to think out of the box. Don't always think blow up, bad, this, good. No, there are good that are bad and there are bad that are good. And you're going to be shocked at how they overlap. Okay, so let's put that to bed. Now, the next thing, which is true, NASA, okay, they have what is called atmospheric perturbations. It's called APEP, and it's around the eclipse. Okay, so this is a big deal for them. Of course, it's a big deal, not in the way most people think, but the way we know it's a big deal. So what they said they're going to do is they're going to investigate how the drop in sunlight affects Earth's upper atmosphere. Okay, why are they going to do that? I have no idea. I could tell you why it drops, because the sun is heat, and when it's covered, heat goes down. They have to study that. Okay, that's what they said. So this is what they're going to do. They're going to launch several rockets at the solar eclipse, with scheduled for April 8th, obviously. But they're going to do this from Wallops Island, Virginia. Okay, this program was named after, this is true, the serpent deity from ancient Egyptian mythology, which is actually related to the sun god Ra. Okay, Apophis, that's why they call it APP, is a serpent-shaped god, listen to this, and an embodiment of darkness and disorder that seeks to eradicate the world. Okay, I'm going to start on the solar eclipse in a minute, but let me tell you what I think NASA is doing. They're trying to hit the moon. Figure they got a good shot here. It's probably closer now. So they're trying to hit the moon. It's amazing. When people discover the truth about this, it's going to shake their world like nothing. Nothing, not even, I believe there's nothing that is more programmed than that stuff from NASA. Okay, so as always, I'm going to give you a disclaimer. All right, this is my disclaimer today. If you believe this eclipse is God's judgment, you might want to stop watching right now, because I'm going to prove to you that it's not only not God's judgment, but what's going to happen after in the realm of greatness is going to blow your mind, and I'm going to prove it to you today. Okay, so just disclaimer, don't go saying, oh, I don't agree with you. I don't agree with you. You don't have to agree with me. But if you don't agree with me and you don't like to leave here with hope and dancing, getting off my webcast, then you need to leave now, because that's what you're going to do. Okay, here we go. Getting the party started. I didn't even check you guys out in chat. But anyway, hello everybody over there, and hello everybody watching that's not on chat. Let's do this thing. All right. I'm going to try not to repeat a million times everything you're hearing everywhere, but some of this stuff is foundational, so I kind of have to go down that road. Maybe it's good for you to hear again. It'll build your faith to really see what is happening in the natural and spiritual realms. God told me I'm a bridge. I bridge truth and the truth of who he is. And that's the bridge I am, okay? I hardly ever give you this truth over here in the natural without giving it over here. Sometimes I will, but this is a lot of over here today, okay? Which will substantiate the two of them. Okay. What you're going to witness, I was going to do this next Friday, as you know. I couldn't wait. Too many people are freaking out, and people are like, all this stuff is coming out. Just remember the fear mongers. Please write them down. Pick up your pen. Write them down. And then when the world doesn't fall apart, you'll remember them. Okay. I just want you to know that this event is one of the big dominoes that is going to go like this, with all the other dominoes here going to go like this. Boop. And then this. I told you guys, and you're going to remind me of this. I told you guys, I said last year, I said, watch March 2024. I said it. Look what has happened. Look what we're heading into. Now I'm going to tell you again. This is a major domino that is going to slide down a ton of other ones. Okay? All right. So just keep that in your brain. Genesis 1:14. If I sound passionate, it's because I am. I love this stuff. I love this. And I love when God reveals to me his plan and how faithful he's going to be to his people amongst all the snakes that are trying to get all of you in fear. And look, I did a show on preparation. Why did I do that? Because I believe you hope for the best, you prepare for the worst. That's wisdom. Okay. I never said, oh, it's going to fall apart. I don't believe it. I don't believe that's where God is. Okay. All right. Now, Genesis 1:14. And God said, let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and for years, and let them be for lights in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth. And it was so. Mark 15:33. When it was noon, this is today, that's why I'm doing it today, darkness came over the whole land until 3 p.m. At 3:00, Jesus cried out with a loud voice, my God, why hast thou forsaken me? Will something happen today at 3:00? Maybe. Just keep it in your brain. Revelation 6:12. Then I watched while he broke open. This is John speaking. And he had a vision. While he broke open the sixth seal, and there was a great earthquake, the sun turned as black as dark sackcloth, and the whole moon became like blood. Now, there's many ways to think about an earthquake, okay? Obviously, there's the natural earthquake, but many people use that as a metaphor, like an earthquake. I was shaken. I felt like there was an earthquake. That is what I'm telling you, I believe is going to happen. There's going to be so much happening after this eclipse that there's going to be quaking that's going to happen, but it's not going to be the ground. Okay. Now, are they going to try to maybe put this? Look, there's earthquakes across the whole world all the time. Okay. You can go on a seismic, find them all over the place. You'll see little dots, and the bigger the dot is, the more strength it was. Those that are saying it, no matter what they call themselves, they don't call themselves nothing, or they call themselves everything. Those that are saying there'll be earthquakes, what they're going to do is they're going to go, I told you it was an earthquake. California North had a 2.8. Look, there's not, I'm talking, if there is going to be an earthquake, it's going to be caused by this solar eclipse, it better be an 8. Okay? It better be so that you know it was because of this, not these little things that everybody to verify what they said. All right? Okay. Cool. Joel 2:10, the earth quakes before them, the heavens tremble, the sun and moon are darkened, and the stars withdraw their shining. Okay, so let's get into it now. There's been 8 sets of blood red moons since Christ. Let me show you how important this one is. Passover 162 AD. Rome began a war. 795 AD. The Saxon War began. 1492, Spain declares the Spanish Inquisition. And that's the year that they said Columbus discovered America, which, by the way, he wasn't Italian, he was a Jew. That's another story. 1948, Israel became a nation. Same thing in that. 1967, Six-Day War in Israel. 2014, ISIS began the terrorism during that year, during that time, okay, of the eclipse, and the Israel-Hamas war started. 2017 was the first eclipse to cross the whole United States. 7 years later, 2024, the second one, 7 years apart. There are at least 2 solar eclipses somewhere in the earth. 7.5 minutes is the longest it's ever been. This one over the United States will be between 3 and 4 minutes. The air temp drops up to 20 degrees during an eclipse. So I don't know what NASA is talking about. I got to figure out why it drops. My 6-year-old grandson could tell you that. You can see a lunar eclipse. Listen to this. From any location on our planet. What? Wild animals get confused during a total eclipse. Some prepare to go to sleep. And then you've probably heard this. I'm going to put this up. But again, I want to get through this stuff, just give you a foundation. There's the X. There's the one started in the top in Oregon, went down to through South Carolina at the bottoms, coming up through Texas and going out Maine. Okay, well, you've seen it. You heard it. Now I'm going to dig some deep stuff. Salem is the ancient name for Jerusalem. Now you may have heard this as well, but you got to bear with where I'm going. It's the ancient name for Jerusalem. 2017, 2024, 7 years. The eclipse 2024 is going through 7 cities named Salem. Remember, the number 7 is a number of perfection or maturity, okay? In 2017, the eclipse went through 7 Salems as well. This year is the 50th anniversary, the Jubilee year of Jerusalem being the capital of Israel. It's also the Hebrew year 5777. So what about the 2017 eclipse? You look for the past to explain today. In 2017, a 71-year-old president recognized Jerusalem as the capital of Israel. Hebrews 7 speaks of Melchizedek, the king of Salem, which is Jerusalem. At the X in Little Egypt, which is at the X, where the eclipse goes right through, this city is 7 miles across, and it's the last city the eclipse will go through. So to sum it up, 2017, 71-year-old president goes through 7 Salems. Little Egypt is the end. Okay. The eclipse started that year in Salem, Oregon, and ended in Fort Sumter. Now you don't lose me. I can't lose you. You got to get this. It started in Salem, Oregon, ended in Fort Sumter. That's where the beginning of the Civil War took place. 2017. That's where it ended and the beginning of the Civil War took place. Isn't it interesting that in 2017 is when it started, like this country was in a civil war? Am I right? Yes. So let's talk about the 2024 eclipse, 7 years later. This eclipse is beginning in Eagle Pass, Texas, specifically over a park that is named after General Shelby from the Confederate Army, exactly where the Confederacy ended. It ended in Shelby Park in Eagle Pass, Texas. So our undeclared civil war began at the end of the first eclipse in Fort Sumter, and 7 years later, it's ending at the first city 7 years later of the second eclipse. Shelby actually buried a Confederate flag in that park. So this is the 71st eclipse. Now I'm really going to blow your mind. Stay with me. The words Elijah and Hebron show up 71 times in scripture. Elijah means in Hebrew the God Jehovah. Hebron in Hebrew means a friend, an alliance. This eclipse is telling us that our God Jehovah is our ally. We are in alliance with him. Trump, at the date of this eclipse, April 8th, 2024, is 77 years old. This 2024 eclipse goes through 26 cities named Salem. Again, means ancient Jerusalem. Again, it crosses Little Egypt, Illinois, but goes right over, smack dab, a street named Salem Road. Okay. Let's talk about Exodus, Little Egypt. Moses brought God's people out of slavery. April 8th, 4:8. Let me read you Exodus 4:8. And it shall come to pass, they will not believe thee, neither hearken to the voice of the first sign, but they will believe the voice of the latter sign. The first sign was in Fort Sumter. The latter sign is in Eagle Pass, Texas, Shelby Park. Now, let's even go a little further. God was going to destroy the Israelites that escaped Egypt, and Moses changed his mind. God didn't destroy them. So let me read it to you. Exodus 33:12. This is where it begins. Exodus 33:12-23 is the scriptures that are wedged between the Israelites making the golden calf and the renewal of God's covenant with Israel. Okay, Moses' intercession is the crucial turning point where God decides to keep his promise and not destroy the Israelites. Let me read it to you. Genesis 18:23. Then Abraham drew near and said, will you indeed sweep away the righteous with the wicked? Remember where I'm going with this, guys. Suppose there are 50 righteous within the city. Will you then sweep away the place and not spare it for the 50 righteous who are in it? Far be it from you to do such a thing, to put the righteous to death with the wicked. So the righteous fare as the wicked, and be that from you, shall not the judge of all the earth do what is just? And the Lord said, if I find at Sodom 50 righteous in the city, I will spare the whole place for the sake of the 50. Abraham, another scripture on it. That was Genesis 18:23. I'm sorry. Abraham, behold, I have undertaken to speak to the Lord. I am but dust and ashes. Suppose 5 of the 50 righteous are lacking. Will you destroy the whole city for lack of 5? And he said, I will not destroy it. I want to make sure I went from Moses to Abraham. You guys know that, right? Genesis. Just don't want to mess you up because I got so much in my brain. And he said, I will not destroy it for 45. I said that, okay? He answered, if I find 30. What if you find 30? And he said, for the sake of 20, I will not destroy it. And then Abraham said, oh, not let the Lord be angry. I will speak again, but this once more. Suppose 10 righteous are found there. For the sake of 10, God said, I will not destroy it. And the Lord went his way when he had finished speaking to Abraham, and Abraham returned to his place. Now, Sodom and Gomorrah is known as the most perverse, anti-God nation that ever existed. But because of 10 people, righteous, it was saved. So here we are today. Here we are. Okay. You've got preachers telling you it's judgment time. It's time judgment. God's judging. He's going to wipe the place out. And you see maps of middle of America all gone, and parts of Florida, California is off into the sea. And you're like, oh my God, I'm getting looking. Is my family there? Is my family? Look, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. And I'll convince you why. Second Chronicles 7:14. If my people who are called by my name humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then I will hear from heaven and will forgive their sin and heal their land. We are living that right now. You're going to tell me that in Exodus, Moses prayed and God spared the Israelites because there were some righteous. And in Genesis, Abraham prayed and prayed for Sodom and Gomorrah, the most perverse nation that ever existed. And he said, I will do it for 10 righteous. Look in the chat. I got almost 1,000 people on here watching now. You telling me there are not 10 righteous in our land and we're in the new covenant? The amount of people who are praying in this world is probably more than praying than any other time in history. You don't think God's not going to hear from heaven and hear from his son, who we're praying to in the name of, and he sits at the right hand of the Father and intercedes? Well, that's just all going to be washed away? And then God's going to destroy it all? You think there's more than 10? This eclipse is going to be profound. It's a big deal, but it's going to be exposed so much. The signs in the heavenlies, the signs on earth, the signs in your family, the signs in your workplace, the signs in your neighborhood, the signs everywhere are going to be so great that months from now, we're going to come on OTC and we're going to say, I think this one, I can't believe this happened, this, because God is hearing our prayers. And if God ain't a liar, and he's not, the word says, not like a man that he should lie, he will do what our prayers are asking him to do. He did it for 10. How many millions are praying for this country? The signs, the wonders, the things that are going to happen, the things that are going to be exposed, the things that are going to be, this is the beginning. 4/8. That is the beginning. It's already started in March. So much has happened. So much has been exposed. But this eclipse, and I can't, and this is the latest thing I heard, and then I'm going to go to questions. The latest thing I heard. Don't go outside. Why can't I go outside? Don't go outside because there's going to be a BIO weapon released. And if you're outside, you're going to be dead. Okay, so let me tell you something. If that kind of strength in a weapon is released, you think a door is going to stop it? So stay inside because, you're going to get it. I can't. I'm going to go outside. I'm going to, well, let me tell you, I'm going to have an OTC that day. So, I'm going to be kind of in the middle of just a partial and wherever you are. And if you join me, I mean, it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. I'm going to have a blast that day. But, you have to realize these people, I know you might not believe it, but some of the people that you actually love might not even be for you. And some of the people you actually hate are doubles and are on our side. It really is true, guys. It really is true. I'm just telling you. Take out your pen. Use the time to do it. Write down what you're hearing. Go to channels. What did they say? What did they say? What did they say? If you started doing this 2 or 3 years ago, you'd have a list this long. Okay? So I'm trying to teach you to fish as well as feed you fish. Okay? I'm just trying to be obedient to God. Okay. I am going to open it up to questions. I'm lit right now, though. I'm lit. I feel the witness of God in my office. I feel the witness of God on this word because he is a good God and he loves his people and he is not a God of fear. Take fear. It's false evidence appearing real. It's not real. It's not real. It's the roar of the lion without anything behind it. Amen. All right. I'm gonna fishing is good. Yeah. Look, here, this is what Rebecca said. Please put 3 question marks at the beginning so I can see it. Should we blow our shofars during the eclipse? Hey, blow your shofars on a Friday night. Are you kidding me? Blow your shofars whenever you want. I don't think it's going to make any difference. Maybe it will. I don't know. But to me, just you be who you are all the time. All the time. Okay? Delora, we do a show on the sacrifice of the red heifers in Israel. Yeah, very interesting. They got 4 of them there now, Boop, boop. After all these years, there was none. Now there's 4. Yeah, Lisa, I will consider that, definitely. I don't know who 007 is. So I'm starting to think 007 is full of SH asterisk. Molly, it's funny. That's what I do. I use asterisk for everything. Only even worse words than that. I don't know who that is. I loved your little dance move there, Misty. What comes before part B? Part A? Parte, LOL. Happy Resurrection Day. I'll be your Charlie here on OTC. Love that, Island Girl. Amazing. You guys make me laugh. Look at the eclipse or not to look at it. Okay, Lana Johnson. Let me tell you what I think. If you go out, like if I go outside right now, the sun is out. Okay. If I look up into the sun, I can't even do it. It hurts my eyes trying to look into it. This is brighter than that. So for me, if we get caught up in, well, they just want us to wear glasses. So you wear glasses. I don't see a difference in that. I'm not even saying you're saying that. I'm repeating what other people say. So you wear glasses, so I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I think probably any kind of sun would do it. Could this mark the beginning of the tribulation? No, because we didn't get raptured, and I absolutely believe that, and I could prove it to you in scripture. So no, and I don't believe it happened already, and I don't believe it didn't happen yet. And God is not going to let his people go through tribulation. Okay, so no, this is not going to mark that. Nada. Do you think all this hype about the eclipse is just another distraction? I think yes and no, Cynthia. I think it's all a distraction. They all want to take advantage of times because God put the signs in the sky. They hate him. This is about our Father in heaven, our Creator. They hate him. And anyone who stands for him gets attacked. But you can stand for the devil, and you're going to get it sometime too. I mean, look at Diddy. You know, he lived for him. Now that guy's done. You know, Satan's going to turn on you. Good, bad, believe in him, don't believe him, believe in God, be an atheist. I don't care what you do. You could be an atheist and say this doesn't exist all you want, baby. You're going to realize it at some point that it's true. So I don't know. And may Mike and pie for Resurrection Day. You betcha, KM. You betcha. And I told Dennis, you want to laugh? I said, Dennis, I'm going to make Easter bread. I'm going to make this. I'm going to make that. You know, I'm a baker, guys. And if you watch Solomon's Porch on Sunday nights on Rumble, you hear a lot of this stuff. So, and on Fab 4 too. And so I said, I'll make you like a lemon meringue pie. I'll make you, make you anything you want, honey. I'll make you the Italian rice pie. He says, no, I want pumpkin pie. I said, pumpkin pie's for Thanksgiving. And he says, who says? And at that point, I realized I'm making pumpkin pie for Easter. Oh, boy. I am late, but want to ask you, heard that people in CERN will be firing that hydrogen collector. Okay. Kai Kami, I'm going to go over it real quick, but you can go back to the beginning because I opened with that. I went on their website, Human Resources. I knew it was baloney. And to get it, and I looked at Human Resources. They've got a calendar of everybody that works there and the days that they, all during 2023, the days they had off Easter weekend, they had off. And then it said the 23rd of December, 2023, you have off. But first day of work in the new year, 2024, is January 8th. They've been working all along. So anybody that says, oh, we're firing it up again. Now, does that mean that the bad guys have it? No, maybe the good guys have it. I don't know. But I'm going to know because I'm going to do it next week. I'm doing a whole show on it. But anyway, that's just fear mongering. Why is the eclipse moving from west to east? That the sun and the moon move in a clockwise fashion. It always does. Like it comes from the west and it goes across. You know what I mean? It comes from both in 2017 and 2024. I don't know other than, the two revolving like this, the two luminaries in the sky. I don't know if it has any other meaning. I never looked into it, Susan, but good question. Yeah, Jeanette. I don't make a I don't. All right, how can I say this so it's general? I do not unless God says to me, reveal what you know about someone that I have revealed to you and you've gotten through spiritual discernment. I don't cast judgment on anyone. However, this is what I heard a month and a half ago. Have no one on your show, no one that you have not known for decades, and go on no one's show that you have not known for decades. So there I am. And that's what I do. I just hear from God. Amy, beloved, any thoughts on the 3 days of darkness? Do you think we will see that happen again this year? I don't know. Again, I pray for the best and prepare for the worst. And, so that's why I did the EMP. Is it possible to have an EMP event? Absolutely. Once Mr. T gets back in, he's going to take care of the infrastructure, all of that, because that is, if there would be a war, that's where it would happen, because we are so from 1960. It's bad. It's bad. Are we going to celebrate on this day with OTC? You sure are. I am. I will be here next Monday, following Monday on the 8th. Definitely. Terry Boards. I love that name. Terry Boards, Exciting Adventures. That is amazing. we used welding masks. I don't understand what that means. Is that for, I don't know. I don't know what that means, maybe. I don't know. Do you think that the solar eclipse will reveal something else like Planet X? I don't know. Many say, you really like that Planet X stuff. I don't know. I don't know. I sure hope so. I sure hope that this is a complete revelation to people. If you're a believer and you believe in just this, that the globe, that's all you believe, you probably will get woken up to NASA when they shoot 3 rockets at the eclipse, because they're trying to find out why the temperature on Earth is less during an eclipse. This is the most stupid thing I ever heard. It's stupidest thing I ever heard. So will it? I don't know. I don't know. There's a lot of, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do one and go beyond everything. But people really think I'm crazy. And I don't mean you guys. I mean, if you're watching me, you're as awake as I am, maybe more so. I don't know everything. But I think that I have to hear from God on I can't push the envelope so far that people are like, she's gone, and I don't push it that far. I'm always, I'm always verifying things, word of God. But I gotta hear from God on these shows, people. I really do. I don't just do it to just do it. I don't do it. I do it when God tells me to do it, and I do the shows he tells me to do, and I reveal the things I find that I get a witness to share. I hope that makes sense. Really, I'm just a servant. I'm a servant of the Most High God. Someday down the road, can you do a show on the rapture tribulation? I am confused. Super. Absolutely, I will. But go to Rumble, Delora OBrien, The Gathering. Go there, subscribe. So many people have asked us that. We're probably going to do that on Solomon's Porch, which we do every Sunday night, except this one because it's Easter, it's Resurrection Day. But every Sunday night at 6:00 Eastern, we do it. And we're probably going to have to hit it because a lot of voices are saying a lot of things that I don't see in the Word of God. Now, if they want to show me, someone wants to say, hey, Delora, get on the phone with me. Let me show you. I'm open. I always say I'm open. If you don't agree with me, convince me. I'm open. I'm open. But to me, that's a bad guy thing. I'm not saying people who say it are bad guys. I just think they're not really hearing from God, because I don't believe that God is going to allow his people to go through that. We're not there yet. Are we in the end times? Sure. Could the end times be 500 years? Sure. Could it be 2 years? Sure. Could it be 3? I don't know. And the Bible says no one knows, not even Jesus himself, sitting at the right-hand side of God, the creator. So anyone that tells you they know, and that they know when it's happening, and that we're in this and we're in that, and we're in 1,000 years of this, I don't understand. I don't get it. It's not scriptural. Oh, yeah. Well, you know what's interesting about Johnny Enlow? We are friends, and we go back and forth. Everybody writes to me. That's what Johnny Enlow said. Oh, Johnny Enlow said what you said. We are like this, him and I. Okay? We see, it's just, we've had a lot of the same experiences, and we have a lot of the same understanding and discernment in prophetic eye. That's what I can say. And so, yeah, that's funny. So we agree. Molly, I answered that. I don't want to go down that road with him or anyone. I'm not going to give an answer either way. I'm sorry. I will not cast dispersions on anyone unless God says to, or I catch them myself in something. Do I have my opinions? I absolutely do. Do you believe this is the beginning or an end of stepping into the promised land? Yeah, I believe it's the beginning. Big time beginning. Big, 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 big. 500 beginning. Just you see me dancing? I'm dancing, baby. I'm excited. I have not. Sheila, I know Sheila. I don't listen to really anyone, nothing against her, but I just don't listen to anyone. Yeah, well, I believe that. 7 cities, 7 states. Yes, I'm going to put this up. Caroline Phyllis, he is good. Thank you. He is good. Make that pie and make that pie dance. I will do that, Kim. Okay. Do you think all the fear mongering about the eclipse is just a tactic to keep people in a perpetual state of fear? Maureen, I do. But for those that are not complicit, I'm sure there's people out there that believe it and then they bring it to you. Some people do it for clickbait to get a lot of views. I don't use any of those tactics. I don't need to. People that are supposed to see, God sends. That's what I believe. Really believe that. If I put up, Maureen, the end is here, I have the date, I get 50,000 views. It's all garbage. Will you do a show on the rapture? Yes. Yeah. Old fashioned at heart. I will. I'm not sure about off the cuff because I would want my husband with me. He's got, Dennis is man. He's right there. Brilliant revelator. So I think we'll probably do it on Solomon's Porch. And a lot of people are asking me. I'm getting a lot of people emailing me as well. Get her done. God bless you, Delora, for your love and obedience to the Lord. Look, get her. My love for God goes beyond all understanding. He took me out. You want to talk about miry clay? He pulled me out of a place I would have been dead in a year. I will do what he says, and that's it. What are your thoughts that there will be reevaluations in different countries' currencies for any wealth transfer? I believe that's going to happen. I don't believe the exorbitant amounts that people are saying. See, that has to happen for us to get on the asset-backed currency, which we have to. We have completely run amok, Rhea, in this country and the United States. It's run amok, and we're never going to get out of it. So I believe it has to happen. I'm hoping that happens right after the eclipse. That's what we're believing for. But there's a part of me that believes that it may not happen until Mr. T gets back in office. So I'm kind of verklempt there. I don't know which way to go. What about Kim's codebreaker saying that one of his prophecy means the spirit of Pythos will be removed during this eclipse? I was probably standing there for it. If it occurred, I don't remember. I remember Kim and I spoke about the spirit of Pythos all the time, and I could do a show on that. I mean, man, the revelations I've gotten even since Dennis and I spoke to Kim about the spirit of Pythos. Maybe if Kim said it, I believe it. Someone, Jeanette, could you send me the clip of him saying that to ddgathering@gmail.com. Look, I was in just about every single meeting, from 1993. I watched them all. If I wasn't there, if I didn't go to Paris with him and he was in Paris. I mean, I know all what he said. I don't remember that. I remember talking about spirit of Pythos, but not that. So maybe if you could send it to me, that would be awesome. And I believe it. I believe it 100%. Okay, I'm looking for a couple more, and then that'll be it. All the schools that are closed that are in the path of totality. Is this part of the fear that you're trying to put out there? I don't, Renee. See, this is the deal. There are schools closed all over the country. There are schools closed. I mean, from what I understand, New York is like, it's like it's New Year's Eve up there. I have a lot of people that live in New York. So I don't know. I think the fear of the, make sure you have this. Look, today, during this time, make sure your gas tank is full. Make sure you have enough groceries for a couple of weeks. Make sure you have a place for water and to collect water or enough water. Make sure all of these things, candles, a radio, if you can do all of it. If you can't, then you believe God, and with what you got's good. And that's it. So you should always be prepared, even if it never happens. So you got extra food. But fear is everywhere. I don't know if it's just that. It's just people saying, get food, stay in, don't do this, can't go out, the bio thing. I listen, there's more fear, my friends, coming from some truthers, I call them falsers, than from MSM right now. You believe that? How do you like that one? Can I have your pumpkin pie recipe, please? Write to me, Marie Louise. Write to me. I'll give it to you. Never heard of rice pie. Okay, I'm going into the Easter mode. Dreamer, this is what you do. There's all kinds of recipes. Go on Google and just put Italian rice pie recipe. Oh my God, so good. So good. Okay. That's the same thing, menacing. I see that again. I answered that. Okay. Also in the path of children named Nineveh. Could this be the God telling us to repent? No, because they are not in the path. They are outside of the path. Isn't that interesting, huh? Go take a look, Renee. They're not in the path. If you want to widen the path to 10 miles or 15 miles, but what I'm telling you, the thing with the Fort Sumter and all of that is right on it. Boom, right there in the middle of it. So I don't know that. No, I don't. Again, if you find it different, please tell me. Tell me. Let's have pie. Yeah, let's do that. All right. Okay, I think that's it. I think I answered everyone. I'm going to go to the bottom here and let me see the new comments. All right. Can we talk about the bridge again? There is talk is now the infrastructure is totally destroyed for years. Is this all fear? I don't know, Kim. We'll find out. The best thing to do, and I talked to you about this, is to go in Google or whatever, however you Brave or DuckDuckGo, wherever, and put in how long did it take to build the Baltimore Bridge. Now, was that a true amount of time? Then check other bridges, the same length. This is the stuff I do, guys. The same length and the same type of steel and whatever, and see how long it took to build that bridge. And then you find 3 or 4 like that, take an average, and that's how long it's going to take. If it isn't built in that amount of time, then there's a reason for that. And I believe the good guys have that reason. I do. Yes, and he will, Bella B, and he will. Jeanette, Pythos, for those, that's very long, but the spirit of Pythos strangles, like the Pythos snake. Okay, spirit of Pythos strangles you. So I dealt with one at the Florida gathering. Literally strangled me in the middle of the night. Dennis had to like rip it off me. Seriously, no kidding. So it is Pythos, but what it does mostly, and it targets leadership, pastors. You know how pastors don't say anything anymore? It's spirit of Pythos. Stops them from speaking. Fear stops them from speaking. Fear of losing money, fear of losing people, fear of losing if they are a 501c, fear of losing that. But they don't realize you don't have to be a 501c. You can be under the Constitution and get it. That's what we are. I mean, it's just people don't understand. They just follow and they don't seek to learn. So that's basically a spirit of Pythos. Oh, Lynn Murphy. I forgot about that. Lynn Murphy, remember your snake dream that you saw across the USA? Does that apply to this eclipse? Isn't that interesting? So let me tell you what I saw. And I had 3 subsequent that I spoke about after I saw the first one. When we did the first gathering, I had a vision, an open vision, and I saw a snake, Pythos, head laying on New York. New York was our first at the Mr. T National Golf Course in upstate New York was our first one. And that snake went down the East Coast, wrapped itself around the country, and went down the West Coast. Now, how interesting is this? Lynn, I can't believe this. I'm going to use this. The tail of the pipe, first of all, the head got cut off on New York, my subsequent one. The tail got cut off on the other side. And it was like being chopped up because of prayer and intercession, all kinds of things. But the tail that went down and ended up at the bottom of California is right where this eclipse is starting, right at Eagle Pass, right near there. And it's ending up where the head was cut off. It's going like that. Amazing, 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 amazing. Thank you. Thank you for that. Wow. Wow, that just proved everything I said right there. Hey, can I do another dance? All right. So let's go to the bottom. I'm done. Yes. You people remember, right? Yes. Oh, Lynn. Gold star. Lynn gets the gold star. That's it. Yes. Amazing. I got goosebumps too, Bella B. I got goosebumps too. Right where it ended, it was being cut. And now it's starting there and it's ending up there. And that's it. Done. And this is where Fort Sumter started it. Eagle Pass, Shelby Park ends it. Now that starts the 7 and it's in the best years yet to come. Oh, man. Oh boy, that was awesome. Okay. Pat, so I'd like to know if you will do a class of some sort so we can learn. And do you like to be a teacher? I don't know. God has me doing what I'm doing, has Dennis doing what he's doing. We're really working on the Impact Center now, guys, trying to get it up and going. I've got the whole pamphlet done and everything. So just so you guys can help me here, and I'm going to, at the end here, please, this is dark green, beautiful, beautiful top, very stretchy. It's amazing. It's dark green, pine green, with like a emerald in it. Go look, joincountry.com. It's in Delora's closet. It's a little tab on the top. This is what helps us do the gatherings. We can do the gatherings, Impact Center. We really, really excited about moving forward with this. And then the Psalm 91 necklace, there's only a few left. The wing, the Psalm 91, I wear this all the time with the jewel. I don't know why. I just love it. There's not many left. Free U.S. shipping through Jenazon. It's my daughter, Jenna. And if first time order, put in code welcome10. But she said there's also a sale going on until tomorrow night. It's part of Saturday Steals, 10% off all graphic printed items. We have a lot of new and clearance items, she said as well. Love you guys. Love. No Fab 4 tonight, just so you know. And Sunday, Easter, Dennis and I are putting out a video wishing you all happy Easter, just giving you a little teaching on Easter. So we're going to have that up either tomorrow or Sunday. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your Good Friday. Please go on joyandcountry.com. Take a look at the color on this top and how it looks. Gorgeous. And the necklace as well. And just remember, we will be back on Monday. I might do it. I don't know. I can't say yet. I got to pray over the weekend. Have a beautiful, 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 beautiful Resurrection Day with whoever you spend it with. If you're sitting in front of the TV watching someone, or you're with your family or with friends. But always remember, always make sure you go in the power of God. Ciao, people. Love you. Have a great weekend.